Hey, guys, gals, and all those outside in between, this is... Oh, for the love of... Hey, Sharp. What you doing?
Hey, ZZ.
Oh, don't you hey ZZ me. You know darn well we're supposed to be on set doing the shoot.
I know that. Why is there a camera over here?
Because, Sharp, I don't trust you right now. You haven't been on set, you don't do recordings. It's like you don't want to do this episode.
Alright,
Is everything
fine.
okay?
Alright, The Missing J.J. McField and the Island of Memories. A title which I will henceforth shorten to The Missing because I think none of us want to keep hearing that full title. Is an indie horror game published by Arc System Works in 2018. This game was written by Sweary, a creator who I'm surprised has avoided an appearance on this channel thus far. Aside from this title, Sweary is perhaps most well known for Deadly Premonition, but also created a few other titles like D4 and Spy Fiction. Anyway, back to The Missing. Our adventure starts with protagonist J.J. McField on a cute camping trip with Emily, her friends? Acquaintance?
Yay, lesbians!
ZZ, why are you so excited by that?
Just let me have this.
However, soon Emily runs off into the woods. JJ gives chase. At this point, we encounter a monster who quickly kills off someone that looks kind of like our protagonist. She enters a brand new area, a beautiful meadow with windmills in the background, as a tree falls, narrowly missing us. However, she is immediately...
Alright, does our insurance plan cover that?
No, I'm pretty sure it
Of course we
doesn't.
don't.
Well, even though this game takes place in America, the moose behind us gives us immediate healthcare. Witchcraft? Words of affirmation? Well, whatever it is, JJ is resurrected and... Oh no. The main mechanic of this game is...
Whoa. Sharp, are
I'm
you
fine,
okay?
ZZ.
You,
I just can't handle body horror well.
you run a horror channel. You should be okay with this by now.
Can't handle everything, okay, ZZ? Let me have this.
This is a puzzle platformer involving dismemberment, burns, and... You know what? I'm just gonna go on a brief side tangent here. The presentation really sells it. Sound design, visual design, and small details in animation all come together in a horrifying way. Cracking bones, screams, flesh being torn asunder. There's something visceral and tangible. It's uncomfortable at first, however, over time I found myself just throwing JJ into danger. It might be morally dubious, but hey, it's just a mechanic. At this point, JJ's phone chimes with a notification from FK, who can't normally text due to lacking opposable thumbs and being a plush deer. Also, he was just set on fire, so this is even more weird. When it comes to The Missing, there are two main methods of presenting the narrative. The first one is through literal text. JJ's phone will periodically be sent various messages from others. These can be collected via the donuts, or will just appear periodically throughout the story. While we can only see her interactions with FK in real time, we can gain insight into her other relationships through previous messages. The other major method is through subtext, as the environments, monsters, and game mechanics all provide insight into the psyche of our protagonist. So, without further ado, let's finally start this game. The first area is a swampy treatment plant. This area primarily acts as an introduction to the dismemberment mechanic. Dismemberment is actually exactly what it sounds like. JJ can lose an arm, a leg, half her body, and eventually she can become just a head, allowing her to fit into smaller spaces. Once again, the sound design is sickening. However, most puzzles here require throwing JJ's limbs. Take this early puzzle, for example. JJ uses her severed arm to knock down this crate. While JJ as a person is a character, her body is reduced to a game mechanic. It feels like there's a disconnect between JJ the character, who we see in the text, and JJ the player avatar, who willingly throws herself into danger. While JJ as a character has agency, her body is at the mercy of the player. JJ can't die, but maybe that's more of a curse than a blessing. Anyway, at this point, JJ receives a barrage of texts, some from our mom and some from Emily. Emily is our close friend, and our mom is...
If I need to explain what a mother is, I don't know whether to be sad or disappointed.
I don't know what it means to have one.
I would honestly be more surprised if you did.
From these messages, we can infer that JJ has recently started college. Furthermore, the texts introduce us to a few of JJ's friends, and her professor. While a lot of these texts provide insight into the characters, narrative, and themes of the missing, they also give the game a distinct personality. There's a contrast between the mundanity of texting and the brutality of the gameplay. This contrast prevents either from wearing thin. If this game was just brutality, eventually said brutality would lose its impact. Furthermore, these texts serve to humanize JJ to a further degree. We all have these newfangled telephones in our pockets at all times. Something I think that games rarely capture is the intimacy of the modern cell phone. While plenty of games use them as a game mechanic, few capture how this technology reflects the personality of the user. The Missing, however, excels at this. JJ's texting style, for example, is fairly short and selective. Furthermore, she often uses these memes, emojis. I'm old and don't understand what these are. While JJ's feelings can be ascertained over time, early on it's hard to gauge what our protagonist is going through outside of the circumstances with Emily. After finishing this area, JJ enters the courtyard of an odd building and becomes acquainted with a wrecking ball. This introduces the broken bones mechanic. When JJ's bones are broken, the entire world turns upside down. Furthermore, any little step will cause her to trip. As alluded to earlier, the sound design makes this insanely uncomfortable to watch. JJ's bones are cracking, and this is accompanied by pain screams that create this cacophony of misery. While JJ, like most video game protagonists, enacts the will of the player, the relationship here feels inherently hostile. While most games involve the player working alongside the protagonist to keep them alive and well, The Missing actively encourages players to throw JJ into danger. While the mechanics require and reward harming her, the sound and visual design make it abundantly clear that JJ is in immense pain. She screams, she cries, and yet the pain does not end because it can't. The game needs to move forward. Despite JJ's reluctance, she pushes into the next section, which is an old cathedral. After finding Emily's backpack and completing a brief puzzle involving owls, JJ is chased by a monster known as the Hair Shrieker. This hag-like slender figure wields a giant razor blade and sports hands on all her limbs. Similar to the nurses of Silent Hill, there's a perverse femininity to the design. Mainly thick hips? Something feels off here. I don't really know how to put my finger on it, but especially in these renders, you can tell that they want this monster to have a hint of femininity. Furthermore, the Hair Shrieker feels very unnatural. From its animalistic movement, to the trail of grasping hands left in its wake, to the screeching sound it makes, which is uncannily human, the monster definitely leaves an impact. After this brief chase, JJ burns a set of vines to enter the church graveyard. Here we are introduced to the burning mechanic. When JJ is burnt, she can spread the flames, however, she is way more fragile. Any decent-sized fall will result in immediate bisection. Furthermore, water will also put out the flames.
That's surprising.
Is it?
At this point, the game also introduces this spider baby doll thing with Lego arms and Swiss Army knife hands. This monster immediately cuts off JJ's head. While the Shrieker feels animalistic, the dolls, despite their spider-like design, feel more surgical. Rather than tearing JJ's limbs, they slice her head off. It's precise and clean, almost clinical in its style of execution. In order to proceed, JJ builds a body in a puzzle, and our old friend the Moose Doctor rambles on about injuries. After escaping the graveyard, JJ proceeds through a lumber mill and a train yard. These puzzles reuse the mechanics introduced within the previous chapters, and also hold a lot of secret donuts to collect. While we have a few shorter moments where the story takes a back seat, let's look at these texts, shall we? Through JJ's texts, we receive insight into her mother as well as Emily. Starting with her mother, JJ's mom is a nutritionist and often comments on JJ's health, which, considering all these donuts we are collecting, is kind of a fair assumption. She's also highly traditional and often makes comments with religious undertones. Emily, on the other hand, is highly affectionate. Even if she comes off as a bit oblivious, it's clear that she only wants to make JJ happy. Aside from Emily and JJ's mother, there's also Abby, a guitarist with piercings and dyed hair who is often misjudged based on her appearance. Philip, an aspiring content creator, Lily, who won't stop complimenting us and honestly seems to get on JJ's nerves just a tad, and Professor Goodman, a professor who often pushes JJ to improve in her craft, and sometimes nerds out about Star Wars.
Nerd.
Oh, you're one to talk?
Look, ZZ, in my defense, video games are a complex and
this
interesting
again.
medium.
Nope, not listening to this. We're just gonna speed this up and done.
Dredging onward, JJ comes upon a bridge and once again sees Emily. Her old friend is still running away, even in an environment that's this dangerous. At this point, Emily asks a question. Whose dream is this? Mine or yours?
Wait, so it's all a dream? Something meant to end and go nowhere. Something meaningless.
Sharp, are you okay?
No,
This really
I'm
isn't
fine,
like you.
ZZ.
Alright.
But let's just keep going.
I'm here if you need anything.
After the bridge inevitably collapses, JJ falls into the abyss below. Here, the symbol monkey is introduced. Similar to the church ground wrecking ball, the monkey breaks JJ's bones, sending her hurtling above. After this suffering, JJ is rewarded with another set of texts from FK. JJ also receives a happy birthday text from Emily, and her mother sends her,
I'm so glad that you grew up to be a normal person. What are you talking about? Well, you know how people are these days. More and more people are getting drawn toward abnormal relationships. And I heard that these days young people like to say, I'm genderless. They're even pushing to make all public restrooms co-ed now. I just don't agree with any of it. Why not? Because it's abnormal. Really? Yes. What does it mean to be normal? Normal is normal. The way you were when God made you. Sharp? Hello? Hello? Are you okay?
I'm fine, ZZ. I just need some fresh air.
Some fresh air. Wait, where
Just
are you
read the
going?
script. It's not that hard.
We need to finish the episode, Sharp. You can't. So, I guess I should just keep reading this? Sorry, I don't know what's gotten into Sharp today. So, next, JJ heads into a small diner. After a short puzzle, she ends up outside, and here, JJ reveals more about Emily during her conversation with FK. She can't do anything on her own. I didn't like that part of her when I first met her. I don't think she liked me much either. Actually, I know she didn't like me. She only ever said this to me once, but she mentioned that she was surprised we'd become such good friends. I guess that's just how best friends work. The reasons aren't that important in the end, but I guess you wouldn't understand. Well, since Sharp won't go into what this plushie FK is, I guess I will. Starting with the name, FK is likely a reference to the Forest Kaizen, a character from Suiri's other projects, like Spy Fiction and Deadly Premonition. Furthermore, the design is an amalgamation of various animal parts, including a deer, a cat, and a squirrel, possibly? I don't know what this is for sure. Aside from the various parts possibly being a reference to JJ's own body disassembling and reassembling, there's the possible deeper meaning. As Emily said earlier, this is all a dream. So obviously the text JJ receives from FK, a literal plushie, are not real. FK could be interpreted as a couple different things. The first is an ambassador between this dreamlike world and JJ, as FK seems to know way more than they let on. The logic of this dream might not make sense to JJ, but to FK this is all commonplace. FK is JJ's mind using something she is highly familiar with to ease her uncomfortable, haunting, violent dream.
Where the stuff I do for this show.
Furthermore, it could also represent something deeper. A deep uncomfortability with who JJ is. A feeling that there's something deeply wrong inside that they haven't come to terms with yet. But that's enough for now. Let's get back to Emily. JJ reveals to her that other people have found out about her secret at school. While Emily knows about said secret, the audience, as well as Jackie's mom, are not privy to it. Despite that, JJ's mom refers to her as her heir and legacy, placing yet more pressure on her. The next level is a bowling alley. When entering the premises, JJ's phone immediately receives a call.
You promised me with meeting never forever.
Emily? Where are you right now?
But you didn't keep your promise.
What? What do you mean?
I'm really sorry.
Sorry about what?
Where am I?
Huh? Why are you asking me?
Is this a dream? Or is the shit dream about little Brainstein?
What the hell are you talking about?
Clearly, JJ is holding some kind of secret. She even mentions this in a set of texts with Emily. Emily, I don't know what to do. I think they just found out about me at school. Really? How? I don't know. But I heard people whispering in the shower room. Is there anyone there you can talk to? Nope. Telling my professor about it won't solve anything. Next time we see each other, we need to talk about this. Okay. Texts from JJ's mom and Emily shortly follow. Here we finally get hints as to what this secret is. I'm very sorry to tell you this, but I went inside your room today. I was only going to clean it, I didn't plan on looking at anything, but then I saw some clothes in your closet that I'd never seen before. They were young girls' clothes. What were they doing in there? Why did you go into my room without permission? I told you not to. Answer me, please. They're Emily's. For, when she slept over. Really? Yes. You're not lying to me. Why are you doubting me? You've just been acting strange lately. I want to talk to you, so you need to come home soon. Fine. Looks like my mom went through my room without permission. Is everything okay? I think I got her to believe me. For now. And when the time comes, I think you should just tell her. You're going to have to at some point, no matter how things go. Yeah, you're right. I'll always be here. Whenever you need me. And no matter what happens, I'll always be on your side. Due to this discovery, JJ's mom sets her up with the counselor, causing her to question whether or not something is deeply wrong with her. Did you decide when you're coming home? I'm gonna schedule an appointment with the counselor while you're here, so let me know ASAP. What? My friend introduced me to a very good psychiatric counselor. He's especially good at dealing with people your age, you know, since you're at such an unstable period in your life. Anyway, he's supposed to be good at listening to young people who have problems. Once he takes a look at you, I'm sure he'll be able to figure out what's caused all the abnormalities in your mind. I don't need a counselor. I'm not so sure about that. Let's just go see him together. You don't need to pay for it. I don't want to go. You need to get treatment as soon as possible. Treatment? But I'm not sick. Yes, honey, you are. Mom? I'm so sorry. My sweet little Jackie, please don't be angry with me. Why would I be angry with you? I know I shouldn't have done this, but I took those clothes out of your room and tried to give them back to Emily's mother on my way home from church. What? She said Emily didn't own any clothes like that. Something about how she wouldn't buy clothes like that and how they were too big. Mom? It's been on my mind ever since. I know I shouldn't have done that, but I had to make sure. I just had to. What did you do? Mom, answer me! Sorry, Jackie. I read your diary. I found out about your secret. Please go to the counselor with me, Jackie. I'm sure that your mind is just a little unstable. We'll get you back to normal in no time, back to the smart, well-balanced Jackie we all know. Please, please do as I say just this once. Let me know when you're coming home. My mom made an appointment for me to go see a counselor. She wants us to go together. Maybe there really is something wrong with me. No, there isn't. You aren't sick in any way, trust me. Mom said that if I'm not, then God must have just made a mistake. JJ, you are you, no matter what anyone says. I know who the real JJ is, and I love you from the bottom of my heart. Love? Which kind of love? Sorry. That was mean, wasn't it? I'm sorry, I'm going to sleep. Bye. While Emily insists that nothing is wrong with JJ, her mom still forces her into counseling, despite any disagreements. Shortly afterward, Emily calls once again.
Hey, Joel, my secret is been filled overwhelmed.
Emily? Where are you?
Nearby.
Meaning where? Why are you running from me?
I guess I should just go gather something.
No! Stop being stupid.
But if I go on living, Francis keep causing trouble for people. I thought they don't be fine if my shit are you know?
Emily, hold on.
Hey, JJ, I have read your engine now. I feel a lot lighter.
I'll be right there. Just wait for me. Okay, Emily?
A lot of things. A lot of fun things.
I need to hurry.
Jackie's mom also follows up, sending her another barrage of texts. Today went so well. I feel so relieved now. The doctor even says he thinks he'll be able to cure you in no time. It's gonna be a bit more expensive than I was planning, but don't worry. I'll take care of everything. I'll do whatever it takes to get you back to normal. I promised your father that I'd make sure you grew up to become an excellent heir. I'm glad we found such a reliable doctor. I love you, my sweet little Jackie. Jackie Jameson McField. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Upon exiting the building, FK texts once again. Shortly afterward, JJ receives a text from Emily. In this interaction, it's revealed that JJ's secret has been leaked online. Did you see it already? My friend from high school sent it to me. He said, "This is you, right, JJ?" Someone made a fake account using my pictures. I know. Don't think about it. Just ignore it. They'll get bored and go away eventually. Is that supposed to make me feel better? You can never delete something once it gets up on the internet. That's how every single person's going to see me now for the rest of my life. JJ, are you okay? What do you think? People are already talking about it where you are, right? You should try and act like you don't know me. If they find out you're my best friend, they'll start treating you like a weirdo. Why are you acting this way? You don't really understand what I'm going through. You probably just think it's cute or funny, because I'm a freak. Did you tell all your friends about me already? About the freak you're friends with? Just stop. Or I'm going to get really mad. Why would you get mad? I'm the one who's getting hurt here. Oh, that's right. You're friends with me because you're a nice person. I'm sad, pathetic. That's why you're kind to me. I get it. You just feel sorry for me. Why are you being so stupid? I can't believe you. Is that how you really see me? Answer me, JJ. Say no. JJ. Please. Answer me. Please. I don't care anymore. Bye. All of this pressure boils over with another chase from the hair shrieker. After this chase, Emily appears yet again, leading us into the clock tower. This is the point of no return. There is no turning back.
Oh, hey, Sharp.
Thanks,
How are you?
ZZ.
Oh,
Yeah,
did you find what you're looking for?
I guess I did.
I'm here if you need to talk later.
At this point, JJ enters the clock tower. She sees Emily once again and gives chase. Constantly, Emily asks questions. Oddly enough, these questions seem more in line with the character of Jackie than Emily.
When it's something really real. Does that mean to live? Where we just run to objects? I'm Jackie. I'm Jackie Jameson. I'm JJ McField. So, who did you?
With Emily's final statement, everything comes together. These are not Emily's words. They are in fact JJ's. Each of these relate to JJ's secret, but finding Emily is more pertinent right now. JJ arrives at the top of the clock tower. There is a note.
No one will ever understand what I'm going through. Not my friends, not my mom, not even my best friends. Some are nice and try to act like they're on my side, but that doesn't mean they'll ever understand. I realize now that it's impossible. I've never thought it would feel this painful to be so different from everyone else. Maybe there will be hope for me when I get older. I think my professor said something like that. But I just can't take it anymore. If only 19 years is this bad, there's no way I'll ever be able to make a couple more decades. Today, I'm going to put on my red wings. Blood red wings. That will let me fly far, far away. Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Emily.
While this suicide note was shocking, it was also heavily foreshadowed. First, JJ has been acting out of character in her texts. She has been skipping classes and lashes out at Emily. Furthermore, it is clear that she has been trying to reach out to some other people for help and advice. Perhaps most damningly, the game itself hints toward this. In order to proceed, the player has been throwing Jackie toward situations that would most certainly kill her. While at first this feels like a consequence of the mechanics, this moment shows that this disconnect between how the player sees JJ and how the player sees her body as an expendable is intentional. In a way, it's guilt-inducing, knowing that the player is helping this already suicidal character inflict more pain onto herself. JJ puts down the letter. She walks forward. There are 2 nooses. Emily is already in one. FK texts again.
Emily's dead.
Seriously?
Excuse me? That's your reaction.
But I don't know what else to say.
You think this is some kind of joke? Emily is dead!
I'm sorry.
Fuck you!
I'm really sorry. So sorry.
Got anything else to say? Well? Nothing? Hey! Hey! Answer me!
But I'm a dumbass. Can't find the right words.
You have stuffing for brains, so I guess I should have expected that.
JJ, I'm scared.
Scared? You think I'm not scared? I wish you could see the shit I just went through. You have any idea what it took to make it this far? Can you even comprehend all the pain I'm going through? Just knock it off, you dumbass.
But I'm sorry.
Stop typing that goddamn word!
Okay, I won't. I won't say it no more, so please just go back to normal, JJ.
Normal? Since when did you become an expert on what's normal for me? Do you know what it feels like to have your body ripped apart? Have you ever lost an arm? First you feel the skin snapping and ripping off. Then your muscles split apart. It feels heavy, like something huge just slammed into you. It doesn't feel like anything's been severed, more like you're getting run over by a truck. Then, your whole body locks up, and you can't move. Then you feel vomit rising up from your throat. Your eyes roll back into your head. Tears and snot spoil out. For some reason, your thoughts are calm. Like, oh, I must look so ugly right now. That's what you end up thinking about. And the next thing you know, you've pissed yourself again. That's how it feels.
I get it. I got my limbs torn off before, you know. Oh. And my tail.
Oh, and you're a fucking plushie. Plushies don't feel pain. Do you bleed? You're just a stupid stuffed animal. Go to hell. 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 Go to hell.
JJ walks into the other noose. Everything flashes.
Well, we just brought you of shakes. What does it mean to live? Well, we just brought you of shakes. When it's something really real, inside and outside, times are even changing. That was my mother's finger.
JJ plummets through the air. This plummet ends with the thud. Here it all comes back. The pain, the torment, the scoffs and jeers. Emily approaches. The theme of the Hair Shrieker plays, but this time, JJ is the monster. She lurches forward despite the shadows of her past. Outside, near a field of ash, JJ encounters Emily.
You broke your promise! And now you pay! You said we'd be together forever! I hate you, JJ!
JJ mutates into a giant monster, an amalgamation of body parts, twisted into something terrifying. Eventually, even Emily succumbs to the monster. JJ awakes again within the void, where FK sends her a final set of texts.
Tap, tap, tap. You okay? Yo, JJ. FK? Where am I? What happened? It's hard to say. Oh, I just remembered everything. I'm dead, right? My wrists are covered in blood. And everything after the point was a dream. You knew?
Sorry?
I thought so. I sure wish the last dream ever had been a nicer one.
Hey JJ, just listen to me, okay?
So this is what dying's like. I was expecting something different. I am calm. Now I won't be able to cause anyone any more trouble.
It's not over yet.
What?
You still got to do something.
How? I'm already dead. There's nothing I can do now.
Yeah, there is. Save Emily.
Emily?
She hasn't given up yet.
But she's dead too.
What the fuck? No, she isn't. She's still beside you, JJ. Don't you ever leave her alone. If you give up, Emily will be doomed too. What's that, for fuck's sake? This is a story about regeneration. Jackie Jameson's regeneration.
My regeneration?
Yeah.
Regeneration.
Now stand up, JJ. Beat yourself.
Beat myself.
Accept yourself.
Accept myself. Should I go on living? Was it a good thing I was born?
Of fucking course. Someone needed you from the moment you were born.
Thank you. FK. I think I'm okay now. Thank you. I need to go.
Let's dance.
Tell me that everything is okay and I am forgiven. Take me down those old cobbled streets where we used to meet. Maybe that way I can see stars.
If it's not already clear, JJ is a transgender woman. While I've seen trans characters in media before, it's rare that a game featuring a trans character feels this real. The trans experience entails facing who you are and accepting that work needs to be done. It's a process of regeneration, pruning the aspect of oneself that have grown to the point that it feels unwieldy. It requires casting aside all that which is not real to who you are. All the baggage, all the expectations, everything. Finding who you are, where you begin in the clutter and all the mess, requires taking steps, be they medical, social, or legal. Sometimes these steps are painful. Sometimes there is a loss of family and friends. Some people will love you for who you were and not who you are. Sometimes there are still expectations to live as someone else. Some may say your own life is not about you. It may be about their legacy by blood. Within this contradiction, there is a pain. While it is a relief to finally acknowledge the inner pain, the pain from the outside is multiplied. Despite the pain, JJ pushes forward. Accepting this pain, she eventually encounters the Hair Shrieker. After a brief chase, with one decisive move, it's over. The tone of this final strike, however, is not one of malice, but one of acceptance. Despite the pain, despite the hardship, the only option that allows JJ to live is accepting who she is and moving forward. Jackie's nature as a trans woman is integral to the missing. There's an intrinsic horror in being trapped within a body that feels wrong. When your own body feels as if it does not belong to you, it's hard to see yourself as human, as an autonomous person. Nowhere is this more exemplified than in JJ's texts. Diving into these texts, the player is introduced to 4 more characters, key to understanding the missing. First is Abby. Abby is a character who presents herself in a more alternative manner, and due to this is often judged by those around her as a delinquent or mean. However, aside from Emily, she is perhaps the most sympathetic and kind to JJ. To JJ, however, Abby represents something that she feels she cannot do. Living as herself in spite of the cost. The clearest example of this is the conversation between the two shortly after Jackie's mom finds her secret out.
Abby, what kind of fights do you get into with your parents? Why? Just curious. I don't know. They yell at me, so I yell back at them and stuff. More detail, please. I don't know. When my parents tell me not to do something, it pisses me off way more than if I'm hearing it from a friend. Like they have any right to tell me what to do after all they put me through. You know? So I always fight back as hard as I can. Our fights usually end in ties, though. And we forget about it the next day. I see. What? Did your mom get mad at you all? Sort of. Parents are always like that. Just tell them how you feel. I think I will. Thanks.
Shortly before the events of the game, JJ intended to tell Abby about something. Assumedly, Jackie was going to come out to her. While Abby is a character who helps JJ come to terms with what she needs to do in order to live as herself, Philip, her rich and rambunctious acquaintance, conveys to her the importance of choosing her own path rather than that which is expected. Philip attends the same university as Abby and JJ. However, unlike JJ, he is far from a model student, often missing classes and asking JJ to complete his classwork for him. However, Philip eventually finds another calling. Through JJ's encouragement, he decides to pursue acting, a profession that might not be the most stable, but will allow him to be happy. To express himself in a way that feels right. The end of his story is not bombastic, but simple. He is cast in a TV show and thanks JJ for her encouragement and advice. It's a side character on a low-budget TV show, but this is still a step forward. It's all thanks to your advice, JJ. Thank you so much! The texts received throughout the game are not just from Jackie's peers, though. The nerdy teacher, Professor Goodman, takes an interest in Jackie's work and fosters her skill set. Furthermore, he provides her insight that her mom often does not. For example, Jackie's mom rarely addresses her father in a positive light, despite the fact that Jackie clearly inherited her father's curiosities and skill sets. While her mom tries to provide good advice from time to time, she often fails to understand Jackie. For example, while JJ's mom tells her to ignore relationships and focus on her career, Professor Goodman provides her with this advice. It's very important to surround yourself with people who understand you, whether or not they're family. People are only truly alone when they have no one to understand them, and solitude is torturous.
You've experienced solitude as well?
Oh yes, I suffered a great deal until my wife came and saved me.
I'm learning a lot here.
Hey now, this isn't a lecture. You know, Jackie, you have a tendency to overthink things. Don't forget to relax every now and then.
Okay, sorry.
He sees her potential and wants her to avoid pain and burnout. He also imparts onto her the importance of connection. No person is an island. Everyone needs support and people around them to prop them up. And that's okay. There's no shame in needing to ask others for help. Furthermore, JJ asks one of the most poignant questions in the game to Professor Goodman.
Hi, Professor Goodman. I have a strange question for you.
Yes?
Have you ever felt like you don't understand who you are anymore?
Oh, yes, of course. I went through a lot of turmoil when I was a student. I wasted so much time worrying about what others thought of me. Putting all your effort into syncing yourself up with others is the quickest way to drop yourself into that trap. If you feel troubled or confused, come in and talk to me. I'm sure we can find someone who understands what you're going through.
Thank you.
I'm always happy to lend an ear. Furthermore, it's heavily implied that the professor is supportive of JJ's identity, and when she is put in a position where she likely felt the loneliest in her life, he asks if she wanted to have dinner with his family. Furthermore, it is likely that his advice convinced JJ that it was important to reach out to Abby. As an older mentor, the professor shows JJ the importance of relationships and being yourself with others. While Jackie's relationships with Goodman, Abby, and Philip point to her internal struggle, Lily, another friend, represents an external pressure. On the surface, Lily is very supportive and affectionate, with a fairly obvious crush on JJ. However, JJ finds her slightly off-putting. This is likely due to Lily caring more so about the presentation and idea of JJ rather than her as a person. This comes to a head when Lily confronts JJ about a book she picked up from the library.
Jackie, you borrowed a book from the library before we left, right? Yeah? I think I accidentally saw the cover. Is that a condition you're suffering from? It's for class. Really? Of course. Yeah, I thought so. Sorry for the weird question. It's okay. Lily? About the library book. Did you tell anyone about it? Why? People have been spreading weird rumors. Well, I might have said you were struggling with a condition. A condition? The one that the book talks about? Who asked you to do that? No one? I'm just worried about you. I want you to be yourself. That's not you, it's weird. I can take care of myself. Don't tell anyone else about this. Okay. It'll be our little secret.
After this, Lily further betrays JJ's trust, telling her secret to others. While Lily does care about JJ, she doesn't understand the weight of her actions. This is a betrayal of trust that likely has been broken beyond repair. Jackie never texts Lily again after this conversation, as far as the game shows, and it's likely this is the end of that relationship. It's honestly reasonable. Considering the situation Jackie was in, her being outed could have led to more danger for her, or, well, more danger for those around her. However, this leaves the three most important characters: JJ's mom, FK, and Emily. Starting with JJ's mom, we can infer a lot about her from her conversations with JJ. She's a nutritionist and a religious traditionalist. This can be seen in her treatment of JJ. While she seems to care about her child, there's undeniably an expectation to carry on the legacy of her father. The specific term uses heir, which has a male connotation. To her mother, JJ is expected to carry on the legacy of the McField lineage. This explains one of the questions JJ asked Emily at the clock tower. If JJ's purpose is to continue the lineage, to continue the bloodline, then it's logical to think that she was just born to have sex. Just to clarify, trans individuals may still be able to reproduce under certain circumstances, but the key reason for this question is due to the expectations placed upon Jackie. Furthermore, as the text revealed earlier, she doesn't really accept or understand those who may experience or express gender in a way deemed less traditional. Likely due to this, JJ is hesitant to come out to her mother. The only way her mother finds out is by violating JJ's privacy. Mentioned within the text is a counselor offering a cure to who JJ is. Unfortunately, this has a basis in reality. Conversion therapy, reparative therapy, are any preferred term for the practice of attempting to cure LGBTQ people by denying their identity, sexuality, or individuality. Sometimes this is under the guise of religious counseling, summer camps, or social programs. This is not the right time or place to cover the practice in depth, however, resources will be linked below. Despite JJ likely attending only one session before the events of the game, it's clear that this session weighs heavily on her. This session, online harassment, and being outed against her will by Lily likely led JJ to the decision to take her own life. It's unfortunate, but as statistics show, it's not uncommon. Just to clarify, suicidal ideation is mostly due to external factors. When trans people live in an affirming environment, suicidal ideation will most likely decrease. Now let's move on to FK. So compared to practically every other character, FK and Emily are the only two who JJ seems to open up to, talking to the plush about her pain on a physical and mental level. This understanding seems to go both ways, as FK has been with JJ since she was 5. Despite FK knowing about JJ, his understanding of the world is somewhat childlike. He questions Jackie about her habits, communicates with way more emoticons than any other character, misspells words, and tries to relate to JJ with simple childlike analogies. However, compared to any other character, FK clearly understands JJ the most, as he is the one who tells her she needs to accept herself to move forward. Ultimately, simply put, FK is likely JJ's inner child, a memory she knows to be true and holds on to. For trans people, it's not uncommon to hear that since they were young, they knew. Over time, multiple factors can repress this. When the entire world tells you that you're damned to a living hell based on your birth, when your body is not an escape from that hell, it can be easy to forget that voice. Within the crowd, sometimes it's as if you can't be heard. However, eventually there is a choice. Listen to this voice and find your way, or remain within this hell. Just one left. The girl that we have been pursuing this entire time. The one who started this entire journey, Emily. Aside from JJ, Emily is the character we know the most about. JJ and Emily have been friends since they were young. They have maintained this closeness throughout the years, planning a globe-trotting trip together as well as a camping trip for JJ's birthday. At some point, Emily and JJ visited the clock tower, where JJ told Emily who she was.
What's up? Remember the clock tower? Of course. You remember what I told you too? Yes. I wanted to apologize. I mean, I still don't know that much about you. I guess I sort of jumped to conclusions. Emily. Did you miss me? Yeah. I guess. Don't worry. We'll always be together. Remember our promise? Yeah. I'm glad I got to hear how you really feel. It feels like we're really together now. Yeah. Together forever. I like that picture.
Emily and JJ's relationship provides JJ not only with a close friend and companion to confide in, but also a source of gender affirmation, helping her find clothes and the like. While according to JJ, Emily can be a bit helpless, she's also one of the most important people in JJ's life. The gameplay reflects this with one button being used to cry out for Emily. Furthermore, this is a dream, so the question must be asked, why Emily? Out of all these people in JJ's life, why would she be the one person who she's pursuing in her dying moments? Perhaps there's an element of gender envy. Simply defined, gender envy is the jealousy trans people feel towards others' gender expression. It can be over physical attributes, habits, fashion, or even mannerisms. In the clock tower, Emily's monologue is a summation of JJ's secret, confessed at that very spot long ago. In this sense, JJ views Emily's openness and femininity with envy. JJ's insecurities manifest in the enemies within the game, especially the Hair Shrieker. There's perhaps no better evidence for this claim than when JJ turns into a twisted mirror image of said monster and attacks Emily. Since JJ would never attack her closest companion, this conflict is likely metaphorical. Jackie coming to terms with her identity is crucial to the narrative. However, she must also... Okay. 3, 2, 1. However, she must also come to terms with her complicated feelings toward Emily. While JJ clearly cares deeply for Emily, she feels as if Emily cannot understand her. While to some extent this is true due to JJ being trans, Emily still loves and affirms JJ, even if she can't fully understand her lived experience. It is not uncommon for trans individuals to feel a disconnect in their relationships pre-transition. When JJ looks in the mirror, and even her body does not belong to her, it's hard to see herself as human. These feelings can greatly affect relationships with others, as vulnerability and honesty can feel selfish. Why share who you are if you don't matter to yourself? This is likely why Jackie asked Emily, what does it mean to be human? What does it mean to live? To Jackie, Emily is many things. A loving friend, a potential romantic partner, the only source of affirmation in her life, and something that she aspires to be. While Emily may be carefree and less studious than Jackie, JJ still sees her as a feeling of wholeness. An individual capable of living through the pain with a smile. If there's one person who JJ needs, and in turn needs JJ, it's Emily. And with all this, JJ finally runs forward into the light of day. What lies ahead is uncertain. Maybe pain, maybe death, maybe happiness, maybe life. Here JJ finds her answers. We are born to find something real. It is in our human nature to search for a real truth which we can live. To be human is to feel, to experience and live through the pain and the joy. To live means to move forward in the light of day as yourself. She is Jackie Jameson McField, inside and out. There's a chance. There's someone she needs to live for. JJ runs into a field and reunites with Emily. She asks JJ one simple question.
Did you find what you were looking for? You better not lose it again.
Police, wake up. Can you hear me? Bedmanners, shots.
And with one shock, the dream is over. JJ awakens in a pool of her own blood. As her suicide note implied, she tried to die from blood loss, likely from cuts to the chest and wrist.
What do you see?
Fortunately, she was saved by FK, as the plushies stopped the blood flow. Shortly after waking up, Emily walks in.
JJ!
Emily.
You idiot!
Emily, that hurts.
Shut up! I was worried to death! I thought you were gone forever.
Emily, I had a strange dream. You were in it too.
A bad dream?
Yeah. But I needed it. It helped me find what I was looking for. Emily, thank you for always supporting me. I think I finally understand who I am now. I'll never leave you again.
JJ! Me neither.
Emily, I told you. That hurts.
Shut up! No more talking.
The question must be asked. What is the missing JJ McField and the Island of Memories? At its core, the game embodies its opening message. Nobody is wrong for being who they are. While JJ suffers a lot through the game, a key mechanic in the puzzle solving and the story is the fact that, unless the player uses cheats, all of JJ's injuries, all of her pain, comes not as a result of who she is, but the environment she's in. While yes, being human involves some pain, just by living, the only option is to move forward. Dwelling in the pain leads to an endless cycle. Denial of reality, denial of who you really are, only leads to more pain. The hardest part of life is acceptance. Accepting the cost of being yourself, accepting the losses which that may entail. At the core of each and every human, there is something really real. Not in a purely material sense, but in the sense of belonging and personhood. Some may call it the soul. Some may call it identity. But regardless of worldview, there's an acknowledgement of something that's undeniably human. There is a value to every person. While some may live in ways that others deem harmful or unnatural by decree of deity or society, the truth is that deep down, each and every soul, each and every identity is a new unique star in the constellation of humanity. In short, this game is a stark reminder of the importance of accepting others and accepting oneself. As the title implies, the one missing is not Emily, but JJ. Throughout this quest, JJ finds herself. At the end of the day, JJ finds herself. And that quest is undeniably human. In summary, trans rights are human rights.
Well, that took a turn.
Yep.
Should we wrap things up?
Yeah. And, thanks. Again.
No matter who you are, I'll still be here.
Anyway, until next time, guys,
Gals,
and all those outside and in between, this is SharpZ
and ZZ,
signing off.